The cold, merciless waters of the North Atlantic were his hunting ground. Otto Kretschmer, known as the Wolf of the Atlantic, was one of the most feared U-boat commanders of World War II. As captain of U-99, he revolutionized submarine warfare with his night surface attacks and his infamous one torpedo per ship doctrine. By March 1941, he had sunk over 274,000 tons of Allied shipping, more than any other U-boat commander. His unparalleled success earned him Germany's highest military honors, including the Knight's Cross of the Iron Cross, August 4, 1940, awarded for his early successes in disrupting Allied convoys. The Knight's Cross with Oak Leaves, November 4, 1940, a higher distinction as his kills continued to mount. The Knight's Cross with Oak Leaves and Swords, December 26, 1941, granted even while he was a prisoner, acknowledging him as one of Germany's greatest naval tacticians. The U-boat War Badge with Diamonds, 1941, a personal award from Adolf Hitler, given only to the most elite U-boat commanders. The Iron Cross, First and Second Class, 1939, recognizing his acts of bravery and success in combat. He was a legend among the Kriegsmarine, a man who embodied the deadly efficiency of Germany's U-boat fleet. The capture of the Wolf. In March 1941, Kretschmer led U-99 into battle against convoy HX-112, a heavily guarded group of Allied merchant ships. He had already sunk 44 ships, and he was hunting for more, but this time the Royal Navy was waiting. HMS Walker, commanded by Captain Donald McIntyre, detected U-99 and launched a vicious depth charge attack. Explosions thundered through the submarine, flooding compartments and disabling critical systems. Kretschmer, knowing his U-boat was doomed, refused to let it fall into British hands. He gave the order to scuttle U-99, ensuring its secrets would sink with it. As the sea swallowed his boat, he and his surviving crew were pulled from the freezing waters by the British. The Wolf of the Atlantic had been caged. Imprisonment and the escape plot. Kretschmer was transported to Camp 30 in Bowmanville, Ontario, Canada, a high-security POW camp for some of Germany's most dangerous high-ranking prisoners. By 1942, the Kriegsmarine High Command and Adolf Hitler himself saw Kretschmer's imprisonment as unacceptable. Believing that their greatest U-boat ace needed to return to the war, Hitler approved a daring rescue operation. Operation Kibbitz. The escape plan was simple yet bold. Kretschmer and other prisoners would tunnel out of Camp 30 and escape to the Canadian East Coast, where a waiting U-boat U-536, commanded by Captain Lieutenant Rolf Schauenberg, would extract them. The German prisoners worked tirelessly, digging an escape tunnel beneath the camp fences. Kretschmer was ready to reclaim his place in the war. But the Allies had intercepted German communications. Canadian intelligence uncovered the plot, and the Royal Canadian Navy prepared an ambush. The destruction of U-536, Hitler's failed rescue mission. On September 27, 1943, U-536 approached the rendezvous point off the New Brunswick coast, ready to extract Kretschmer. The Canadians were waiting. HMCS Rimouski, HMCS St. Croix, and HMCS Mordan launched a devastating depth charge assault, forcing U-536 into a desperate evasive dive. Schauenberg tried to escape, but the Canadian Navy relentlessly pursued the submarine. After a brutal battle, U-536 was crippled and sunk, taking its crew and Kretschmer's last hope of freedom with it. Operation Kibbitz had failed. The Wolf would remain in his cage. At war's end, with his final chance at escape destroyed, Kretschmer remained a prisoner until 1947, long after Germany's defeat. But unlike many high-ranking officers, he refused to cling to the past. When West Germany formed a new navy in 1955, Kretschmer returned to military service, joining the Bundesmarine and later NATO. He rose to the rank of flotilla admiral, becoming a respected naval strategist during the Cold War. Despite his deadly reputation, he was known for his strict military ethics, never targeting hospital ships and treating survivors with dignity. Even his former enemies respected his professionalism. On August 5, 1998, Otto Kretschmer passed away while on vacation in a boating accident At the age of 86, he had been one of the greatest U-boat commanders of World War II, a master of stealth and precision. Though the war ended, his legend endured. He was, and always would be, the Wolf of the Atlantic.